Hello everyone, this is Juan Sarmiento. In my previous episode of the Stock Hacker, I showed you how you can create a stock hacker and save it as a watch list. All I did was create one for the S&P 500 to select for implied volatility. Once saved, you can load it as a scan query and look for it under your personal stock hackers. And I have the one here that I created for the S&P 500 cover calls. The scan in, it must be the S&P 500 if that's what you want. You can also use any other lists. Once I scan here, you would see that I have 14 stocks, but it turns out that most of these stocks were in the financial services, and that would make sense because they are under pressure right now. But we want to have a variety of symbols. It turns out the best way to do that is to delete this IV percentile, and that will give you more choices. And so I'm going to delete that and scan once again. So instead of 14, I have 39. It gives you more options. You can go through them carefully. I saved that as a different scan query, which I call it S&P for cover calls, and I just simply added a 1 there. You can do the same if you want to, or you can load the one for the NASDAQ 100 and scan again. And I have 4 potential trades, and I like here the AMD. Let's load it. Once saved here, you can load it as a watch list. Simply go to personal and look for it here in this lists. And I'm going to load the one without the implied volatility percentile. You can go through them and see what stocks you can easily identify so that you might be interested in. Wouldn't mind having them in my portfolio. You can also load it here in the Market Watch, and you can create the list from here. Copy them, whatever you're interested in, and create a new watch list. And I have one created, and I'm going to load it, and I call it selected. Okay, and these are the ones that I've selected for today. I need to export it because this is a real account, not a paper trading account. So I'm going to have to export it into our paper trading accounts. So I'm going to say selected CSV. Now let's go to the paper trading account, and I have selected that here. How do we import it? Simply say create new watch list. Just select here create watch list, and now import it. Call it selected. Because I already have that, I'm going to just label it 1 and then say import and look for it in the whatever you happens to put it. I have it on the desktop, so I'm going to look for selected right here. Open, and that creates the watch list. Say OK, and it creates a watch list. But look, all of these are false stock symbols. Doesn't matter, just say save, and it says that it could not add symbols. Whenever they were not valid symbols, it simply ignores them. Okay, so that's my list. Now what I'm going to do, I already selected one for trading today, and it's MOS. Okay, you can go through the list, and I say, well, okay, for me this is close to 52-week low. The volatility is pretty high. The reported earnings wasn't bad at all. It was just under expectations, but still pretty good. So I say that's a good reversal. I could make the case that that's a good for a reversal. But if it just stayed the same price for a while, I could make good money. So let's go to the Analyze tab and look. How do I select my trade? Look for the extrinsic value. Look for the extrinsic value. I say here 35 days for expiration or 28 days for expiration. The 28 days gives me $1.16. The 35 days to expiration gives me $1.27. Okay, I'm going to pick this one. Okay, so what is my strike price? 47.75. It really doesn't matter. Next month you can change the strike price. It's a weird strike price, but that's okay. And then I'm going to sell the June. Okay, why did I select 3? Well, because 35 times 3. Well, if I were to enter this as a cover call, buy cover stock, one will cost me $34.75. Well, what about 3? Confirm and send. I'm just testing. Okay, it's very, very close to 10,000. $62 more or less won't kill me. Okay, so that's fine. As long as it's not too far. Because this is a margin account, this is how much buying power effect is $4,849. Because the margin account has $50,000, I can trade my cover calls for half the price. So 10 of them would add up to 50,000, and I'm happy with that. Or you can go to the IRA account and pay the entire $10,000. And you say, well, I don't want to go into margin, I don't understand what that is. Well, then you're fine, you're putting the full price. I like that because what I'm selling here is $2.49 times 3 times, create duplicate, confirm and send. I really am selling, what I'm getting back is $747 for my option. Make sure that it's the right one though. 16th of June. Yeah, that's 35 days. So yeah, I'm getting quite a bit of money. Compare this to, let's say, this Schwab. You will go through everyone and see which one gives you the better price. Schwab right here, it gives me $2.25. It seems similar, but in reality, this is a higher stock price. So when you do the cover call, you're not going to be able to get so much money out of it. You can only do 2 of them. So 244, let's say 244, that would add up to $5, slightly less than $5, which times 100 will be $500. So I'd rather get the $700. It's a very, very good price for doing the Moss. Telling the whole story. What about the COF? Yeah, it is close to the 52-week low. This is in the financial sector. The volatility is high. Well, add to your trade and come over here, and what do I see? Well, scrolling down to the 35, that's 280 for extrinsic value, and this is 320. It appears to be a high price, but in reality you can only do 1 of those. So with the Moss we can do 3, with this we can do only 1. So the price makes sense, doesn't it? Go through all of them and see which ones you would like to trade, you would like to own, and then decide to trade it. Okay, so I am projecting to do this MOS after the market opens. That's all for today. Thank you very much for joining me. See you later. Bye-bye.